Recording in progress.
Greetings.
Greetings, Earthman.
Oh, who's Jory?
Huh?
Jory just entered the Discord. Is that Jordan?
Oh, maybe Jordan? Oh, are you in the Discord already?
Yeah. That's a nice smiling face.
Huh?
I said nice smiley face.
Fucking Discord. It's always open, isn't it?
All right, so not quite done, but I can show you some stuff. It's close.
You're what?
I'm not quite done, but I can show you some stuff. It's close.
Okay. So I can't shout at you. What
Well,
about
you can start.
what about Boris?
Boris.
Yeah, the head of the death squad I've sent to.
Oh shit.
Like I've got no way to turn him off.
Well, he might have got stuck in the police because it's lockdown here.
You're in lockdown?
Yeah, maximum level for 1 week already. It's just announced it's going on for another week.
Vaccine mandates are coming into BC.
What mandates?
Vaccine mandates are about to immediately start in BC. These motherfuckers.
All right, let's get to work then.
Okay.
Can you make me a share person? Oh, yeah,
Do you understand the significance of what we're working on?
I do. All right, here we go. You've seen this before. I'll log in as you. Got this. Missions aren't set up yet. You can manage your team a little bit here. Add a member. Put the person's stuff in. They'll get an email, and they can log in, right? Then you'll have team members. I put this little thing on the top left here. I don't know if you can see that, just so I can switch between the different.
Oh,
things.
nice.
So I've got most of this done now. This is the administrator. Like,
But you need another level in there, right?
this is the other level.
No, another level
Yeah.
on top of this one. Okay,
Yeah, for you.
I'll let you do this one. Okay.
I know inevitably we need another layer for us to be able to add more platforms or whatever, right? Like ListCL would be one group, and then yeah. Anyway, this is you can enter, you put in a group. Like group 11 is, I can't remember right now, but group 8 is CD and global communities. And then you'd put in the facilitator's email. Let's just do that for now. And then when I click here, it sets up the 7 missions as just blank and needing to be set up. It sends a facilitator an email. That facilitator can log in and start building their team in this screen. So they'll wind up here. Of course, it'll say 0 missions complete, 0 members, 0 points. And then everything else will be the same here. And then they'll be able to manage their, add members. And then those people will get automatic emails when they log in. They'll see this screen again, and whatever, the agriculture and permaculture, that's just an example. So whatever group you're in will show up here. I got the banners from you already. And then the mission will be set as soon as the facilitator does that. So the 2 parts I still have to finish is manage missions, so you can create the missions. And
That's the tie-in to the chat room builder, right?
yeah, that sets up the actual mission chat rooms. And so that I have to do, and then also I just haven't. This looks ugly. Well, this is fine, but this part looks ugly. The idea is that once the facilitator logs in, this will change from pending to active. So group 10, the facilitator has to sign in. And then
Can I
be able to click
add
on
one?
this.
Sorry.
And then the other thing that I'm going to build is, as soon as possible, is that you can click on this, and then the space down at the bottom here changes to, group 13's information. Okay.
I'm just wondering if I can add something that if we have, from the facilitator point of view, the 7 missions are on a series 1. And then there's a series 2 underneath it. That's like all can't access, like with locks on it. Is there a way you can put locks on the missions? To be the symbol for when they're closed?
Yep. Like instead of where it says mission not set up, I'll put a big lock.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But what do you mean by 2 series?
Well, just this is series 1, right? And that's the first set of 7 missions. But then there's others, that's just one set. And then there's other sets that go in. So this is series 1.
Okay.
And if you could denote that somehow and just show maybe series 2 as being like the whole series is locked.
Okay.
Is that asking too much for now, or like how much, like when are you going to finish this?
Well, I don't want to build anything into it now that we don't need now. Do we need that now?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say let me try to finish what we have, and then we can build it out from there.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, that
I mean, it looks great, and it's very, what this is forces us to do into total simplicity, the bare bones of the bare bones, but it just has to work. You just have to have all the pieces working, bare bones. I won't put any more stuff on you, but that's,
yeah, okay.
I think it looks great. I think I like the look. I like the color. Like, I mean, I like it. And I like the backdrop. So it's just all we needed was that backdrop change.
Yeah,
And
looks way better.
so, because I got to arrange a testing. I'm just in the beginning, part of getting Planetary Guardians going, and I'm just getting Planetary Guardian people that to me are just like in their heads, they're Planetary Guardian people, and there aren't many of them, right?
Well, this system is
but-
like 2 steps away from being that as well. So you'll be able to log in as the administrator. You'll be able to set up groups and facilitators for your for Planetary Guardians, and it won't affect LibCL stuff.
Okay, because I've got the 7 series done. I just focused. I got 7 maps or 7 time structures. They all fit together, and it's the way to time synchronize all the Planetary Guardians together. So it's a good start, right? It's something we can give out, let's say, for free as a way to just show this is how it works, give high value. And so once you're in, now it's mission 2 or series 2. But we can't, like, we need a way to bring a lot of people in quick, and that way is going to be high value, no cost, part of the gifting of Planetary Guardians to show this is what we have, this is how it works. And once we've done that once, then we can show, we can probably bring in a money permission thing. Or monthly fee.
Or you're thinking about it.
And maybe to the first 144 Planetary Guardians, maybe there's no fee, and that just gets it going, right? And then those 144 make the first shared knowledge community, and because they came in and participated, they get the gold. Like, to me, the people who jump in and do the work before getting paid and are willing to actually do shit, then they're the ones who get the rewards as this goes along, which means participation is rewarded.
Yeah, that's good. And I think for now, though, the biggest reason people should join is because they're going to help the planet and humanity.
That's what I'm saying.
The rest of that shouldn't matter. And they shouldn't have to pay. Instead, there should be a way they can donate and chip in money, and it should count that. So, like, if all the members put in $10, it shows that all the members have put in $10. And if you haven't, then that number is highlighted or something, so on.
What I would like is someone can start from zero and then make enough money to live at 100 an hour, being trained in these tools. And that's just part of being a planetary guardian, right? We got to take care of the financial side of each person and bring their lifestyle up, right? The other side is being paid. They get paid a lot of money to fucking destroy the planet. We need to find a way to pay people to protect the planet.
Yeah, but I think that part of it is the furthest you'll, that's like the last thing. There's no way that we can get money into the system without first getting people and doing a lot of other stuff first. But yeah, ultimately that would be good if the new
I'm just saying
paradigm.
that's designed in, like the people who take these first maps can take these first maps and go make a living. Like they are that good. You just pass whatever you get, you pass on other people. And so that's the amplification. You take knowledge and then other people can access it. You get 20 people, all of a sudden give you $100, that's $2,000 in a month. So there's sort of like little milestones to help people get whatever they need. And if we don't take care of the economic side, you know, this thing, we need to take care of the economic side. Everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so is there a way where it says group 13, add new group? Can we have a picture there? Can someone just load a picture to be the symbol?
No.
No?
Well, not yet. I mean, no. Currently, or okay, I see what you're saying.
I'm just saying as a possibility, is a quick thing to pop in there, or does that take quite a lot of time?
Well, I mean, yeah, what should happen is, who's going to do that? The facilitator of their group?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could do that. No, I'm not going to do it now, though. We can't add any more stuff right now, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we can add to this and a lot of things we can do to make it better and you know, but I gotta finish this first, I think, at this point.
Okay. Okay.
The big piece here is still create mission. Like,
Okay.
unfortunately, this is a big piece still that's not finished, right? But I can replace these things with locks. That only takes a minute. Yeah.
Okay, well, you actually got something done. Fan-fucking-tastic, man. And I believe that you will keep going until it's finished, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'll try to finish it today. I'm just going to keep going right now.
No, it looks.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's fantastic, man. We're almost there. We're almost there.
Yep.
So good work, fantastic. I mean, it's got a beautiful simplicity to it, right? Like a lot of people get overwhelmed by a lot of software programs at the get-go. You can do so fucking much with it. You know, learn to do one thing very well, have it simple through the whole system. And then I like that, you know. I like
yeah,
that.
and I think it's a good rule of business, at least, to always start with the simplest iteration of whatever you're doing and then work from there. And I think that's what we're doing. We got it.
I mean, most of these software systems that reach the market first, it's such a simple thing they do, right? Like when Twitter first came out, whatever, like this is so different. This is just everything is upgraded into like real purpose, real meaning. Like there's so many things built into this that other software programs don't have. You know, this is the true blending of gaming and business software.
Yeah. And yeah, as soon as I get this last piece done, which is this mission thing, I'm just gonna update a little bit of stuff on the chat room, but basically that's the last thing, is this manage missions for now. Then
you make the higher level.
Yeah, well then let's get it out there, let's test it, let's use it, make sure everything's good. And then yeah, start working on a plan on paper. I would like to do first. I'm like, what else we're gonna add?
Yeah, but wait a second.
But I can start a checklist.
Wait a second. we need at least one other one of these to run the tests. Right? We need to test it. And so I need at least another one, which could be the Planetary Guardians first one, where we need to be a bit ahead of this
Hmm.
to test it
Yeah,
out.
that makes sense.
So we're working it ahead of time. So if you can, as soon as you finish up, kind of like ready to go and make a second one, that's what we'll jump into.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
Yeah,
whatever we
'cause
learn.
I'm trying to think of how to do that, because right now, if you go to the administrator of the whole platform, you know, and I'll just show you real quick here. Just give me a sec here. So it starts like this. It says, hey, you have no groups, you know. Gives them a bit of instructions, like the group number, which mostly makes sense for LaCL. That's just why I have it here. So I know if they pick group 8, it's seeding global communities, etc.
Yeah.
Then they can type the thing here, you know. Anyway, and then so they type the person's email in here, and then they hit the group. What that does is it adds an account for the facilitator that needs to be verified. It also sets up the group and 7 blank missions. So it does a bunch of stuff when they click here.
Right.
So yeah, I want us to test this first for sure, because yeah, I mean, because as soon as that happens, the facilitator is going to come in and they're going to get an email, you know, and that's why there's nothing on the bottom here, because I haven't clicked the button yet. Yeah, then they're going to need to add their team members and so on and so forth. So it starts like a, you know, a cascading effect as soon as you actually start creating the groups. So I don't want LaCL to do it until we know it works for sure. So yeah, I could set it up for Planetary Guardians first, and then we just need a bit of a system to test that with. So it's just you know, three different people's emails or something like that.
Well, I'm starting
We
to
can just
gather
put it
the
together.
troops in a sense. That's what Discord Planetary Guardians is, to get the people that we can quickly, hopefully jump in to test it. And we'll find,
I don't think we don't need anyone else. You and me can just test it real quick.
oh yeah,
Yeah, because all it is when you add this group, it's going to send someone an email, right? I can put your
no, I
email.
know, but I wanna actually make a legitimate group and go through something with them and just see how it works. You know, just see the,
Oh yeah, okay. Well, then we need, you know, 12 people, something like
Yeah.
that.
so that's what I'm gathering.
Okay. Sweet. Couple random questions. How many teams are there in the CL? I've lost count now. It seems to be 13 plus the overall, like, you know, the stewardship team.
Yeah, I mean, there's a distinction between the team number 7, that's us, as keeping the sacred in reality, versus the LaCL team, which is the same team. Which is a little confusing.
Oh, they're the sacred team?
Well, yeah,
Sa-
there's the
like, 'cause
sacred in reality team. It's team
Yeah.
7. That's our,
That's actually the CL?
it's the same team.
Oh, that's confusing. So, okay, so Olivier and Sophie and people like that are on that team.
Yes.
And so when it comes to, you know, synergizing the whole thing with the synergy wheel and everything, they're going to be team 7 in the process with everyone else.
Um,
We better figure that out. Because otherwise, if they're not there, it's going to mess stuff up.
yeah, no, they'll be
And
there.
if they are there, are they supposed to have other powers or something? Or anyway, just a thought. Because it appears that there's 13 teams, even including that one though, not 12. And then the stewardship team is number 14. So I got the number, team 1 is new energies, team 2 is sacred sites and architecture, team 3 is families and communities, team 4 is multidimensional education, team 5 is financial systems, team 6 is water, team 7 is sacred in reality, team 8 is seeding global community, Team 9 is transportation and reforestation. Team 10 is cleansing the Earth's biosphere. Team 11 is love and righteousness. Team 12 is integral health, and Team 13 is agriculture and permaculture.
Oh,
It seems like that's what's going on. And then they also, yeah. So
so there's 13 teams plus the, but I guess like, was I off?
13 teams, including sacred and reality. So maybe
Yeah.
that's where it gets confusing.
Well, but then the Luciel team is the same as the Sacred and Reality team. So there's a double. Like it's kind of like an admin, but
Right.
it's also at the core. So I mean, it's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah,
they're
I can see
essentially-
why they did that. They're in the middle of 13, right? There's 6 above them, 6 below them.
I mean, it's a hub, right?
So, okay, that doesn't matter so much for me, but I mean, yeah, just bear that in mind when you're doing the wheels or anything like that with them, because they got 13 teams, it looks like.
Okay.
I guess it doesn't matter for us.
Just don't have a limit of 12 on the amount of teams you can make.
Yeah, I've got it up to 25 just in case they feel like making more teams.
Well, there's going to be like, there's also the synergy teams, right, at some point, and that's a kind of like a whole other.
Yes, that's a different thing.
Yeah.
That's where as soon as we get this finished, we need to start designing that, I think. So that's going to be the second part of this. Where, yeah, they cross pollinate everything, or however you want to put it. However you put it, because it's actually your idea.
Well, this is turning out rather interesting. Yes, turning out rather interesting. How does it feel to have the pressure of the entire idea squarely on your shoulders at this moment? How are you holding up?
Pretty good. I would still love a front end designer. I've spent half, like not more than half, probably 85% of the work that I've done on this platform is the design, like the way it looks. I spend like 20 minutes or half an hour making the stupid screen look proper, and changing the font size and moving the stuff around and blah, blah, blah. It's just,
Yeah.
Every day I'm wishing we had someone that could do that for us, or do that for me, or do that with me, or however you want to put it.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, it's still good. I'm
I mean,
excited
the thing is,
see it happen.
what's that?
I'm excited to see it happen.
Well, it's good that you're in there. It's good you got folks. I'll let you be. Let's get back to work, and maybe I don't know if how late I'll be up, but can you send me links for anything that you sort of like when you get something
Yep.
finished? That's fantastic, man. Great to see you, and carry on the good work. The
All
clock's ticking. We're getting closer. It's exciting.
Well, okay. Oh man. All right, I'll send you a link, hopefully tonight. But as soon as I finish the other part here.
Okay. Okay. See you.
Oh, sorry. Actually,
Yeah.
one more thing. Okay, just real quick. Oh, I've got you here. Can you see this screen?
Yeah.
Or is it the same screen, or it changed?
Well, no, it's changed. It's entering the old growth forest. It's our first one. It's the
Yeah.
long,
So
it's the long
yeah,
load.
yeah. I know. Take a second here.
So
Yeah, I'm
this-
just thinking as far as the missions go, I don't have time to create this thing all over again right now, but one day we'll make it look like this again, because it was awesome.
Oh, you're talking
But
about the front. Okay.
Yeah, for now, it's just gonna look like the rest. It's
Sure.
gonna look like this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, it's better to look like the rest.
Yeah, one day we can make it look fancier or in a different style if we want. But as far as the missions go, so they're gonna pick the value lands, conversation lands, conceptual lands. They're gonna choose, what mission step they're doing here, one out of 7.
Yeah.
and an objective.
Yeah.
And anything else? Do we need?
Well,
to
I
put
guess the
two-
points, like keep the points in there.
Yeah, the points are in there. Well, yeah, when they set up the mission, it just starts with 0 points. Oh, do you mean like how many points the mission is worth?
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
I
about
guess
something
so.
kind of like graded, like the crescendo's worth 1,000, the start is 200, setup is 300, build up is 500. I'm just,
Yeah,
each one
we
of
can do
those has
that.
a specific point total, but sort of the crescendo gets a lot more kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, well, we can set that. Right, they don't need to type in the number of points. is what I'm
Okay.
saying. Like, they don't need to pick the field, they don't need to pick the space. I don't think they need to do this. This is actually irrelevant at the
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah.
And so the objective, blah, 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 and what step they're building it for. And then
Yeah.
they're gonna choose some lenses. As far as these lenses go, are they supposed to be able to pick from any?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it simplifies it to get rid of all that other stuff. Good.
yeah, I think just for now, it makes sense. And then are
Yeah.
we doing each step is open for 1 week thing?
Well, could we have it for either like for 30 minutes or for, keeping it open? Have possibly both? Like by just choosing on the time thing there, wouldn't it just be open for a week or it be open for 30? I guess you still have to build the setting up of the chat room, eh?
Well, that's what this is, right? So I have to
Yeah.
build a whole, it doesn't have to look like this, but I have to build all of this. So that's why I'm just asking now, like, what do we need?
Okay.
If we say, oh, they can either do a full week or they can just do an hour or something, then I have to also build a thing where they schedule it. And it does make it definitely more complicated. But do you have a sense of like, do they want people to be able to choose, or is it just like these are open for a
Well,
week?
that was the
or
one
they're
thing
open
that
already?
Olivier brought up. He brought that up again of being able to keep it open for a week or setting a time limit of, let's say, an hour or 30 minutes or something.
Oh, okay, so he wants to be a choice.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right.
Is that
Do that.
doable?
Yep. Okay, now let me just double check. I don't think there's anything else I need to know. Well, I guess as far as like Team 7, then should I set up Team 7 with the people that we already have in here?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that could be a test group. If you can get us to test it again, in case maybe we need to test it with some people on our own, and then we need to test it with the Lucille, that group, because they've already tested it once. And they're the ones that if it goes well with them, it'll be fine. If something goes at hiccup, we'll get our info.
Okay. Let me just see if that one.
And can you
There we go. So I'll take myself off of here. When we're ready to show them, I'll take myself off and obviously put you as a normal user, and then do we want to just put Olivier as the group admin?
yeah. No, maybe
And
Jesse.
currently I have it set up, or sorry?
Maybe Jesse or Jesse and Olivia.
Yeah, currently I only have it set up as one facilitator per group,
Okay. I'd put Jesse.
but we need Jesse Balfour Lynn.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right.
My apologies, you don't have help with this.
No, it's all good. It's not your fault either. Just the
Well,
universe
I
needs to do it all.
haven't. I don't know, there's something blocking me from going into the larger world stronger to find the people.
Well,
Like
I suspect it's just not the right time. I mean, even right now, getting a whole bunch of people together to join this thing, except for testing it, I don't think there's a real good reason to do that yet.
yeah.
Because there's nothing they
Well,
can
I mean,
actually
no,
do.
you said like we either need help on the programming or the interface side, whichever it is, you need at least 1 or 2 people to help there so we can proceed.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought up the idea of this group.
What do you mean
So
you
that we
brought
can
up
bring them
the-
into
You're
this
right.
thing. It's not, you know,
We
we
forgot
don't have
about
to tell
that.
them.
group. We forgot about the,
Well, no, I haven't forgotten. I think that's the group we should invite people to,
oh,
because it's a totally different thing. And, you know, as its responsibility is trying to shut up the 5 other things, but as a group itself, it's different than them having to join the shared knowledge community or this or that, because all those are very well defined already, right? And then that means they'll have to do all of this stuff, and they'll have to approach it in this way, and they'll have to use this framework and these maps and everything, because you got that all figured out for each of those. But this thing here, it's just a group. It does nothing. It has nothing. It can start from scratch, and all it needs to do is exist as like an intake point for people who are interested in helping us get this stuff off the ground, and they can assist in how we even do that, rather than everything being mapped out for them already.
how about you make that group a private group in the Planetary Guardian server? And for now,
Long.com.
stick me and you in, and we'll see who else. Because that's, I don't know, that's a pretty major thing for me on my end to invite people at that level.
Really? Because it seemed like the Synergy team, that's what they were all about. The Synergy
Well,
team won.
To me, people, they have to earn that right to get to that level. They got it. They have to really participate and show what they're doing, and at a higher level.
But wouldn't joining that group give them a chance to do that? They'd be able to help, you know, to make these things happen, right? And then that would prove themselves. It's like there's no privilege of being part of that group. It's just a name. It doesn't have any power or anything.
Well, it has huge power. It's the highest leverage point of seeing how those 5 things come together, and the people at that level are going to have access to the knowledge, the information, the data, the most important things about running, how these things are going to come into being. And all these 5 things are at such a high level of let's say leverage point at the species level. It's like the beginning of Windows operating system, and taking, you know, 5 people from the company or 10 and sticking them in the room and going, okay, you guys are kind of like, you're going to see how Windows works with Office and works with this and this and this and this kind of thing. Highest level.
Did you ever watch Pirates of Silicon Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh no, did I, or was it the show Silicon Valley? I think
well,
I did.
Pirates of Silicon Valley is all about how Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and stuff, how they all started. And it's also, it's not a documentary, it's a movie, but yeah, you know, they didn't have a master plan or anything. They just started from scratch and worked their way up. I don't know. I'm just saying, if we don't, like, I don't know. I think if you invite them to Planetary Guardians, if you invite people to Planetary Guardians, they're already been invited, right? Like, where's Jordan? Where's all these people? The Shinoa, you know, Shinoa's obviously on radar, but everyone else, like, where'd they go? I don't know. I mean,
well, this is the first time of actually putting together Planetary Guardian communication, anything. I've been hesitant, like to me, it's kind of like I've been sensing where the people at, and then sensing the work I had to do at the design level to get something ready. I mean, this is like, we have something almost ready, right? So that's, the cards are almost ready. This is almost ready. And those are the 2 big things, the online and the offline tools starting to come together. And then this latest map series will totally, it's like the time synchronization system. And I just, Clint He's putting together, so like everything's getting triggered right now because this lockdown is coming in hard across the planet, and all of us are like, holy fuck, you know, it's worse now, it's gonna get worse. Okay, we better do something about it. You know, people are serious now. People have not been serious up until now.
Hmm.
So
Well, yeah, I can believe that. Hmm. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess like one of the reasons that makes me so motivated on helping to do this is that I can see the potential of what you got, right? The other part, another huge part of what keeps me motivated and interested in the project is I'm not part of any of those groups. Or at least if I am, I'm not constrained by that somehow.
Mm.
You know, I just some guy that's programming this stuff for you. I'm
yeah,
not.
but you're also the first programmer of the actual InfloMatrix software system. So you're there. The software is part of the new paradigm toolkit. So you're already in there and you've already built one, you're building parts of that, right? And the School of Conscious
Okay.
Communication, huh?
I just mean like if you invite someone to help us, what are you inviting them to?
Inviting, well, are you talking about the top level team or Planetary Guardians?
No, I just mean I don't know. I'm just like trying to speak to your earlier comment about you haven't been able to get out to the world and get people in or something like that. I can't remember exactly what you said.
Well, I mean, to me, the InfloMatrix as an operating system is not really going to work until the people are using the tools. So we have to test. We got to take the designs that are, I think, ready now to get tested and to get tested by certain people. The people who are going to test them the best are going to be the people that I know that have had some connection to this in some way or already using it in their own business life or world, right? And so now I feel like we're about to jump into a next level of professionalism where the cards and the software is at a level of, okay, we got something unique here. We got it. Like everything is aimed at this, right? Getting your usable, viable product, your whatever your first thing into the market, just to test it to see, does it work or what is it? And this is it. Like we have these two coming together, but they have this massive amount of design behind them. They're not just one-offs that maybe will work. No, it's part of this big thing that's about to be built. And those people who are there at the beginning are a crucial part, right? They're the only ones who actually know anything about what this is. And so the first people to go into the infrastructure, the first people to be the trainers, the first people to be the leaders, the first people to utilize the tools are going to be the first people. And to me, they don't quite, like some of them kind of know the significance, but to me, they haven't registered kind of who they are, in a sense of the historical nature of, like what was the first team to bring Windows in? What was the first team to bring anything in that at some point is going at the species level to affect everybody? And you either know that in your design as an inventor, or you hope it. But to me, it's like, it's already done, man. It's a done deal. And now we just have to step into this design. We have to step into this plan. And there's so many good, strong angles, and there's so many, like designing an ideal job in a new economy, building a new communication system to do so. Like, look at the world right now. I mean, the timing couldn't be better because the other one is falling apart and it's attacking us. It is attacking us, and we need some fucking defense, man. And that comes to organization and media.
All right. Yeah.
And if we can get 1,000 groups making 144,000 shared knowledge communities, popping up all around the world, and they're just like fucking mycelium, and then they're just sharing knowledge, and they're just sharing the idea of building a new economic system that's just fucking popped into those cards. It's popped into all the maps. It's like, it's the first idea that distinguishes the two paradigms and says, choose this one. This is what we're building. Actually has a plan and design to do that. whole freaking thing. It's the only way out. We got to build our own currency. We've got to build our own world. We got to take the, just do it.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of, I think, spiritual help. There's a lot of, multi-dimensional beings that are placing attention on this world at this time. And the call has gone out. Like, to me, this is a line in the sand galactically. And we are the front line, in a sense, of bringing in the new infrastructure, and that there's backup. It isn't just us against the freaking nutballs and all their military might. There's this massive transformation of our species that we're going through, that this is part of. And we're building new architecture to house the new paradigm people and beings and entities and thinking that are going to take our species in a good direction. And that within that intention and within that design, there's this massive opportunity, maybe it's never been done before, to actually do it. At the brink of, the global communication system changed everything. Like, the internet changed everything. It created the next level of unified species level connection. And that, to me, just like in your game, it's a point that you reach, and then there's something that occurs, and it's either kind of with a midwife, or it's in sort of maybe horror to some parts that are going through just hell across the planet right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, if we're in a good place, we've got food, and there's responsibility within people who really care about our species, that we need to do something. We need to do something now, and it needs to be strong. And I believe that's what we have. But it's, we're very undermanned, we're underfunded, but that's the reason of our strength. This wasn't built upon money first. This wasn't built upon, we're going to make a pile of money. This is based upon being in alignment with the laws of the universe and being in alignment with higher spiritual guidance, that comes first. Buddha wasn't out there going, hey, pay me for my work. That type of thinking fucks things up when you're trying to serve something bigger. But we need to make a living. So you got to address the spiritual and the economic at the same time. And I feel it's built in. That's why design your ideal job. Like, it's still old paradigm. Job is old paradigm, but everyone's got to make a living. Everyone has to find a way to take their gifts and make a freaking living. So that has to be a huge part of it.
I agree. I mean, people have to contribute as well for this world to work properly. And for now, that gets rewarded by money in completely off balance ways. But yeah, there's essentially some of that still needs to exist for sure. I think though, like, yeah.
Like, the thing is, step by step.
The biggest thing I think that can get people in the door now is like, help us. We are trying to do something big, and try to leave it at that almost. And then if they want to know more, they can find out more, but just come to the meetings, just start helping, put some skills and put some time in.
I know, but that's, that to me is kind of weak. That's like,
But
you
I don't
plan from them walking in the door. As soon as they come in the door, they're going through a process, and they continue to go through a training process until they're at a point of going, oh, okay, this is what this is. But I think, there's lots of different ways to bring them on board. But to me, at least from my end, there has to be this very strict, and that's what we got, right? Mission 1, mission 2, like, this is what happens in the mission. This is like.
What mission am I on?
You?
If I'm the only one that's really doing the work, how did you get me? What's going on here? What's the, the container that we're using to get me and to continue to get me? It's nothing like that.
You're right. So yeah, there's some other levels that have to be sort of looked at the same time. It's just, I'm talking as if there's 100,000 people out there already working with us.
Well, there might be in the future, and by the time this video is more popular, there probably will be, or I guess is. if you look at it from the watcher's perspective. But I just mean, not like, how do we do it, but how do we get there? How do,
Well, we're doing it.
assume that we did do it, that we built it,
doing
and
it.
it works, and we got all the people, but how do we do it?
We're doing it step at a time.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I've got this massive design. You've got little time. You're the only programmer. So we're, it's inching along because that's the bottleneck.
Right. So how do we fix that bottleneck? I think that needs to be priority number one. Not more maps for now. Not
the
more.
bottleneck
design.
is like, the only way to fix this is, I mean, two ways: we bring on new programmers, or we get more funding.
Yeah, I mean, just to get funding is just to bring on more people anyway. We can get the people without funding, I think.
Sure.
I think we just need, if we get that front end person, it's going to speed things up for sure.
Yeah, I gotta
And we
put
almost
that as
have
a priority. I gotta talk to Sky, go get some more people involved. I find,
Yeah,
like,
or,
I don't know about you, but maybe that's what happens to you. Like, do you have a brain fog? Do you have sort of like significance failure? Do you have sort of like distraction?
Yeah, I mean, all of that is real for sure. I got so much shit going on though, I can't afford it. But yeah, I mean, definitely throughout my life, my biggest distraction is myself. I have a pattern which, I'm basically breaking now, or I have been breaking for a while, but my traditional pattern is to create something, get super excited about it, and then go to create something else and get super excited about that, because the creation is the exciting part for me, not finishing it.
Yeah.
Working on or creating the idea is super exciting. Working on it is almost as exciting. Finishing something and getting it all completely done, it's tedious to me. That's why my game is like, it's like 90% done. It's 95%, 95.1, it's 95.0008% done. It's like creeping along to the end, but to get there was much faster.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just think, yeah, like a front end person would be good, but also a business person would be good for some things. A networking person would be good because they know people and they don't have any time. They don't have any, skills or interest in working on the project, but they might know, they might have 800 Facebook friends,
Well,
professional contacts all over the place, and be able to hook us up with something.
well, no,
That could be a good person.
we have someone like that. Like the actual team is actually pretty strong once we bring everyone in, and Ramayan is definitely, because he's very aware of Planetary Guardians, and he's working from his own sort of perspective on that for a long time. And he's got a software, and he just got the big maps that I'm making the thing of, and he got the 20 by 30 inch foam boards. He wants to use them. As soon as he saw them, he wants to use them. So I mean, they're at the level which they can be very helpful to everybody. So
okay, but I mean, just like someone who knows nothing about your systems and is not interested in learning, but that sees the potential, and also is a friend and a friend of the family, or whatever you want to say. They might be able to get people right now. Not someone who's already, probably new people is what I'm saying we need.
okay.
Some new people.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that he's got a big network, and again, we're at a point where we can. I've been waiting to talk to people, really. I've been waiting to kind of make sure it's ready, have the cards done, kind of thing. So I'm still kind of getting ready, right?
I think though, it's a different approach that I think worked for Dylan, for example, because the card set was not what got him in. The maps are not what got him in.
Yeah.
Most of your system is not actually what got him in. It's just the idea of, hey, we're building this platform. It's real smart. Here's some pictures. We've got this team of 144 people with, across 30 different countries who are going through this program. They're willing to test it for free for us.
Right.
That all of that is a story that gets people hooked, because
Right.
they see, they might not even understand the project, but right away it sounds like, oh shit, these guys are working with a whole bunch of smart people and a whole bunch of potential world changing people already, and like they're building software for them and they need a little bit of help. Like that's, I think, a more interesting story.
You're right.
And it's just from a different perspective, right? You can get people from that angle. Because I think that's how we got Dylan interested, and we could do it again if you arrange a meeting, you and me just talk to them like that, boom, they're in. They don't need to be an expert at anything. They could just be a cheerleader for all I care. Do just get a bunch of people on, and how useful they are is how useful they are.
Yeah, I mean, to me, if you bring people in, you have to educate, manage, motivate. Like and that's more in that's in my den, or that's more my responsibility.
Yeah, I think some people need that, and the people who are going to go higher in Planetary Guardians and get more involved with all the systems and stuff, and want to be able to actually, contribute to them, or have ideas that will help create the system more or something like that. Sure, but for the average person who just wants to help, they don't need all the education of the systems. They really don't. Like, Dylan doesn't need to know about all the maps and about how all the stuff connects together. He just needs to fucking do something. Like do that that simple tasks. Like, please think of a color scheme. Like, we need people to do that simple stuff. Like, come up with a color scheme, come up with a background picture, come up with how to word this paragraph. Like, they don't need to know anything. They just need to do those things for us, and be excited about the project. And then as they come to the meetings once a week or whatever, they get more excited because they hear a little bit more and a little bit more, but they don't have to go through an education process necessarily to be on board. I think, that's good. And I think some people want that route, and the high quality people will end up going that route, because as we build more of the system, they're going to obviously get more interested, and eventually, yeah, maybe they want to teach it, but maybe not everyone does. Maybe not everyone even wants to use it. They just think it's a great idea, and they want to help out somehow, and then go to work, come home and watch TV and help out a little bit, and know that they're doing something to help the world, even if they don't really understand it. There's a lot of people like that as well.
For sure. Like, to me, that the reason of the 5 of having the School of Conscious Communication, the Paradigm Toolkit, Inflow Matrix, and Planetary Guardians, the Very Secret Plan, right? Like, the tools, to me, are what distinguish our sort of edge, and are necessary to teach people to learn how to organize differently. So if you they're part of the training program, and they're part of how, to me, to win, we need to win with philosophy. We need to win because the thinking behind what we're doing is very apparent, and people know what they're committing to. And at some point, it's the values. At some point, we're building a new system. And if you take that out, and I've seen it all my life, without structure and organization, so many things go nowhere. And so, built within the game, right? We're going to give them a game, and during the game, they're going to learn how to organize themselves into these teams to do media to protect Mother Earth by following these web TV shows. Planetary Guardians is a media of web TV shows, right? So the infrastructure is part of setting up this global network, media network, that has power. That's a communication.
What I'm suggesting is all of that could just be one part of it. Another part of it could just be, we got 10 volunteers. They don't really know much. They're interested. They can help us right now get all that stuff off the ground.
Right.
Someone might be interested in video editing and not really, want to get involved in the rest of the stuff, but they're interested in clipping some of that stuff into some videos for us.
But that's so different from looking at, creating media teams within a game structure, where there's a distinct difference between the ones that are organizing things versus the ones that are going through it. Right. And so
it's totally different.
So,
and that's why I'm saying it.
But I just think that things that start small, things that stay small and don't have strength, they're loosey-goosey. And not to say that we don't want volunteers, but it's like, I want to organize people. I want to take this stuff and fucking organize people in such a manner that these, 4-person media teams and these 20-person superhero teams, these shared knowledge communities are, freaking at such a higher level of communication. And
I know, but hold on. what I'm trying to say is like all the systems that you're building are that's what that is. But the people building your systems don't have to use the system to build your systems. If you end up approaching it that way, it'll never work, or it'll take a long time because we're still trying to build the systems that they're using to build the system, and it ends up like a thing that's eating itself. It's everything has to be ready for everything else has to be ready for the people to get involved to make everything ready. We got to approach it differently, I think.
Well, I mean, like to me, we need dream spaces. We need spaces where people can meet and hang out. Like it depends on like if we're creating a game that has an operating system, part of the transformation is learning to create that conscious value system, that code of honor that links into this game. And that's the highest end of it. That's the highest form of it to me, because you're linking into the development of spiritual purpose through whether the gene keys or values or whatever. To me, those are the things that sort of are the activation codes in the DNA. And so we're giving the people an experience to realize those values through being like in an adventure game, being part of something where they are, directly looking at how to solve these issues on the planet.
Yeah,
and
I think that's the system we're building is that.
Yeah,
it's going to allow them to do that. It's going to be a game. It's going to produce those effects. But like I think Luciel is a good example, right? There's a bunch of people in Luciel, and every week they give us a whole bunch of coursework with a whole bunch of really cool tools and ideas and videos and stuff. And I tell you, I don't think most of us read it or care. We're just in it to go to the meetings and with the idea that we're going to do something together that's going to be big, but we don't really want to have to do all this homework.
I know, but you know what? I have heard from the other side of the coin, there are teams out there that do all the homework, love the homework, and have achieved a high level of synergy different than
that's
before
good
as a result of that. So there's a bit of a
I think it's both. Yeah, I don't think there's any one approach that's perfect. That's why I think more than one approach is.
And I would suggest that the sequencing, at least that I come up with these maps, it's like getting the terrain of the game board, like the time synchronization is the big piece of how do we start to work together? How do we play the game together? And to me, both are appropriate. I mean, if people are coming at us and saying, can we help? And, to me, I guess because my focus is so much on the training of this and yours is focused on the building of this, that we're coming from different angles, and I'm going to have a lot more sort of my attention is so focused on my piece of the puzzle, more from an architect point of view that, I want to incorporate it all, and I don't want to diss what you're saying. I'm just saying from my point of view, the emphasis is on, just what I'm doing.
Yeah, I think that's normal from the creator's perspective or whatever. That's normally how like CEOs or creators or whatever end up doing it, right? But I'm saying I'm the only one who's really doing a lot. I think is what you told me, which I think that's probably true because I don't really know what else is happening. Maybe you're not telling me, but
no, there's other things happening in regards to the plan where people are doing a lot, let's say.
Okay. Yeah, there's stuff going on.
So,
but so this project, I guess I'm only involved in this project right now, and I'm the only one doing the programming and stuff. And I think it's useful to notice that I don't have any training, and I don't really know any of the stuff that you're doing. I just know that this is a good idea, and I'm doing it. And I think we could get more people like that, where for now, even they might come, they might do a little bit of work, and they might leave, or they might come and they do a little bit of work and do a little more, and eventually they want to get really involved. But if we don't try to get them now, it's just going to take a long time, I think.
Well,
to get going.
True, I'm working with like the synergy team. I'm working with the people directly who are linked like this. So I'm like this with a whole bunch of people. It's not just
Yeah,
me and you
okay,
kind of in this
so-
little bubble. I'm fucking,
Well,
I
then
gotta
why don't
go.
you, then what's going on here?
Well, I'm just saying that you're the tech guru level. You're at the direct programming of the computer. So I mean, that has a lot more sort of relevancy for building the software. The other people who are more at retail or they're the people level, or other software systems, or they're just this is different components of the whole thing. But just like the card set, like the card set has a commodity that can be reproduced, that has value, that can be sold in the marketplace at the hundreds of thousands or millions level. So does this. Right? So there's different things in the business system that are directly linked to the profit and the huge engine we're about to build. Other people, though, are testing, here's, something that's another piece of the puzzle, right? Direct connection to the retail consumer, direct connection to to small town mentality, direct connection to other entrepreneurs across the world, linked into other infotech systems, and another person translating into German, another person, each person, from my point of view, I'm not, when I bring someone in, I want to directly link to their spiritual purpose. I want to directly link to what they want to do. I want to directly link to what are they capable of, how much do they want to participate. And I'm talking like, do you want to run a nation? That's the level I'm talking about. I'm not talking about, do you want to come in and help out a little bit? I'm talking, do you want to figure out how to run a province, how to, or bring your
Okay, well,
invention into the market?
I'm just trying to figure out how we can get a front end dude to help. Because the software side of it, I can be pumping this stuff out. If I'm spending 85% of my time on design, right? That's
Yeah. Okay, you're
85
right.
out of
You're right.
100 hours.
You mean this would be done if you had a buddy to help, and if he had
Oh hell. If I
didn't
had a
work out.
team or one or two people that I can work with or that can work for me, or we both
I
work
know.
for
I
you or
thought
whatever.
we
Yeah.
had the guy. I thought we had the guy.
Okay, but we don't. So let's go get another one.
Okay, no, and all my talk about big picture shit, it means nothing if we don't have the guy helping us to do it. Okay, I got you.
Well, not that it doesn't mean anything. It's just
I don't think I should be so honest about my thinking, especially on camera.
well, I don't know. I'm trying to be honest too. I just think, I mean, who knows, right? This will all be moot one day anyway, because we'll have it figured out and it'll be done.
Yeah.
And people will be using it and stuff. And this could be, this is just another one of our videos of confusion and trying to sort things out. And
And we've been
people are gonna
talking for an
watch, like,
hour, and you could have been finishing this shit.
maybe. I need a mental break sometimes too, but I just know that as soon as I finish this shit, we're gonna have 1,000 other things to do with this software to build, just a piece of, hey, I got to build another level so that we can create multiples of these things. And the other part of it is, hey, we gotta, build the synergy wheel and connect all the people together in the other groups. And oh yeah, by the way, can you just add another, series of 7 steps there? And and it's just
Wish
gonna
you
get
had
more
no
and more
other
and more.
life.
We have so much to do. We need help. I need help.
We need software guys who have nothing else to do in their life and they love doing this shit.
Now we just need one front end guy who wants to do it. That's all right now. Because
Hey, what about
you give me
asking the
3
guy who's in the
programmers.
game? What about asking that guy, the software guy who's in the game, if he knows anybody?
Software guys in the game. Well, my friend Mark.
Game of Planets.
No one knows anyone in there.
No.
I mean.
Okay, I can let you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you okay?
All right. All right. Give me a front end guy. I'll keep working. I'll send you a link.
I'll find someone.
All right.
Okay.